Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer Moon in Gemini, Sun in Aquarius. We started this Aquarius transit off 0 degrees Aquarius with 0 degrees Gemini Sun, similar to Taurus, and the Moon in Aries. Let me explain that. When we had, of course, the beginning of Sag, we had Moon in Aries. When we had the beginning of Capricorn, we had Moon in Taurus. When we ended Sag, we had Moon in Aries. When we ended Taurus, or Cap, we have Moon in Taurus. So let me kind of explain it a little bit. We started the Aquarius transit off with 0 degrees Moon in Gemini, integrating power that we awakened, taking since 2008 to through respective cycles every year from 2008 open a greater phase of awakening this power. We finished that. This is the last year we're going to have Pluto go back into Capricorn. So we started 0 degrees Aquarius season with 0 degrees Moon in Gemini, which was an initial understanding of the truth of the knowledge we were going to uncover. Well, now we've uncovered that knowledge. This has been a very weird Aquarius season, because if Aquarius season isn't weird, then what the fuck is Aquarius? Weird is supernatural, by the way. So with that being said, now after we had the Aquarius Sun transit with the square, all right, coming into the full moon, we have the Aquarius transit into the full moon in Leo, then the third quarter square in Scorpio, and then the actual new moon in Aquarius, then the fourth quarter square, or the third quarter square really in the first quarter square in Taurus. So let me say that again. We had the full moon in Leo, then we had the moon in Scorpio, then we had the new moon, then we had the square in Taurus, and now the moon is back into Gemini. So we started off at the beginning of Aqua Gem, and now we're ending the transit at 29 degrees Aqua and 29 degrees Gemini. That is a full intellectual, truthful understanding of the knowledge. So let me give you an analogy of that. When we started this Aquarius season, you were opening the book up of knowledge relative to this year, and that moon in Gemini was reading the introduction. It's like, this is what this book is finna be about this month. And now we have finished, you've just finished the last page of this book, and now you're coming into this re-synopsis of the truth. Everything that you've understood initially, now you're coming into the full understanding of. Sun 28 and 29 degrees Aquarius. 29 degrees of any planet is mastery and the max potential. So we're coming into the full awareness of this knowledge that we're going to take with us the rest of this cycle before we come back here February of 2025. And this is what's going to produce the divine effect through Pisces. The Pisces season we're going to have is representative of the end of the world as you know it, the flood waters that Noah had to travel in his ark. This is it. We're going to begin that journey. So I've been using this analogy where I said Sagittarius season was where we blasted off of our spaceship with our vision of what's possible. Please practice the law of assumption. And with that being said, all right, you experienced this rising of the floodwaters. It started to rain. Capricorn season brought this level up to the mountain, and now Aquarius season created this effect collectively. And now Pisces season is where the floodwaters stop rising, and ironically, the same number of days that it took Noah to travel, I'm going to mention this in my monthly peace report, from the ark, from the old world to the new world, is a similar number of days that Saturn is going to be in Pisces. So that Sun, Saturn, Pisces, Kazemi that we haven't had in over 30 years, that's what's going to officially bring it in. And we're done with Aquarius. There's everything that you have to know to move forward to create this change. This is what's going to eclipse the completion of all the work that you've done while simultaneously activating a new contract with Kronos, which we did last year in Aquarius, to really set up these karmic cycles, which last year was in a fixed sign. This year it's an immutable sign. All right. So as far as Moon in Gemini is concerned, we have the sextile, the Chiron, and of course the North Node. This is going to apply a truthful understanding of the perspective and approach and angle we can take our actions, and how much more authentically we apply this knowledge. Obviously, the moon is next to the Taurus energy, so after the moon in Taurus helped us sow seeds and understand the natural quality of this extra dimensional and extraordinary cosmic knowledge. Now we get to understand at the full level how exactly to communicate it. Because once the sun goes into Pisces and the moon goes into Cancer, the mental is converting into the psychic and the emotional and psychological. Obviously, the way you want to think about water and air is the programming that allows you to experience the imagination and the nature of what was programmed. All right, you're taking the input and you're experiencing through the effect of Pisces the output. This allows you to adjust programming. If you enter the programming of your mind and you experience what you don't like, change the program. All right, so that being said, the moon in Pisces, the moon in Gemini is squaring Saturn in Pisces and squaring Neptune in Pisces. So about a BC ago. Okay, when the moon was in Pisces, we sowed the seeds with the moon Saturn and moon Neptune to once again every month, every 28 days, establish a deeper divine understanding of our beliefs and the causality of the metaphysical mechanics around unseen elements that still influence us. Now the moon in Gemini is breaking those seeds through the ground as we're coming into a full awareness of knowledge, and that square is going to adjust your perception as insight and truth will adjust what you believe. Let me give you an example. Gemini squares to Pisces is, well, I believe that, you know what I'm saying, unicorns are real, or I believe that maybe there's horses in this place. And the moon in Gemini now provides insight about the truth of that belief. Okay, you believe there are horses in this place, but what if you found out that there's actually a horse ranch somewhere here? It's the truth that there's a horse ranch. Now my belief that there's horses are having to adjust with there being a horse ranch, so that when the moon goes into Virgo, the real earth sign, we go to that horse ranch. And I was like, okay, there's actually 3 specific horses. Now my belief has crystallized. Versus if the truth was, okay, there are no horse ranches in this state, now I have to adjust my belief. Now, because of the truth that I'm understanding, the initial belief that I have, okay, I believed that there were horses. Now I just believe there are horses in another state. That's the purpose of squares, 90-degree angles, 270-degree angles, that people automatically see as bad aspects. They're not bad aspects. They just challenge what the status quo initially is, or what your original direction and cardinal strength and fixed and perspective immutable is. So this, ironically, in adjusting this, is also going to give you more intellectual insight, more programming into what language to compute to literally bring your beliefs into life. Because if you think about it, all the abilities and the techniques that you have in this MMORPG is not that much different from a programming language, right? If this is a simulation, then you're inputting and outputting programming languages for you to experience what is co-creating with you as an avatar to your higher being, the brain being the point with which they control. Anyway, they meaning you. That being said, or the greater you, the collective you, which may not just be an individual. All right. Forgive me for getting weird. This is Aquarius season. I'm not just going to blame the stars, but it might as well just get weirder. But yes, Pisces season is going to be a maelstrom and storm, especially with theories that, you know, a pandemic might return just like 2020. If everything is going to go down, it's going to go down during March, end of February, March. This is going to be the beginning of the official end of the world. So this is everything that you've been prepared for. Don't get perturbed by external environments and stuff you see in the news. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and you don't need anything outside of yourself. And you have everything you need to change your situation, even if it doesn't happen immediately. I'm not saying in a blind faith way where it's just belief. You have the tools. That's everything that we've kind of pretty much brought up into this point. And you're going to get ready to experience the effect of coming into Virgo season, how much more specifically you can now integrate these changes of belief from Pisces into your behavior in Virgo through your thought process in Gemini. And I don't mean like never mind, I was gonna make a dumb joke. Anyway, yeah, y'all, The moon in Gemini is going to fill your head with ideas because now you've finished this book of knowledge. Let's say the book, every year you read this book of knowledge. This was the 2024 February book of knowledge that's giving you an idea for the rest of the year. Hence the precognitive, claircognizant nature of Aquarius that will confirm a lot of things coming in August. That being said, I also would invite for you to be very mindful of extraneous frequencies and vibrations that you have now isolated, have nothing to do with you, and may just really be enemy or opposing frequencies meant to change your frame. Remember, a PvP battle, a player versus player battle, is as simple as just an argument. Whenever you maintain a frame, I can maintain the frame that I'm secure in myself. And then somebody else could now try and change my frame and be like, no, you actually need this that's outside of you. You need that's a PvP battle. That's a form of witchcraft. All right. The simplest things are actually RPG battles. I'm now defending my frame to tell this motherfucker, actually, I don't, bitch. Or, we can go back and forth. The moment I let my frame get changed, I basically died. Like, I changed my frame, my attitude. So protect your frame. Make sure that your frame is in integrity, because our own frames and attitudes can hold us back. But once you've tested it, a frame should always be tested logically. Bring it out into the world and don't let anybody change it. Fight for your right to express who you are. Pretty soon your own thoughts will be contraband. Shout out to Fonte. So, as that process is still occurring, don't necessarily let peer pressure or insecure fucks who give into a hive mind, who have no identity outside of the narratives that are placed in their psyche, tell you how to be you. Most of these motherfuckers do not know their moon sign. They're fodder. I said what I said. Like, it isn't. Don't let no fodder tell you what to do. All right, personally, don't let them make you feel like you're less of yourself because you actually know some shit. All right, because you know thyself. Okay. And the tendency for weak minds to dip into, once again, ad hominem fallacies because they can't attack the truth of what you're saying, they just attack you. Only weak people do that. So really ask yourself how much time you're entertaining for weakness and fodder, and to really invest your time and energy wisely. Energy vampires are out here. They cannot create on their own. They don't have any originality. So of course they're going to come to you for inspiration while acting like they're better than you. This is also a very powerful time to connect more with like minds as your frequency is integrating. We have awakened the force, okay? Not for the first time, but collectively this is another round since, the 1700s. And yeah, the moon in Gemini is going to put a lot of these experiences into words, so that once we have the full moon in Virgo, you're coming into a full analytical understanding of the divine matrix that's pretty much crumbling and getting ready to establish the new world order coming into Saturn Aries. All right. I don't really give a fuck about the Illuminati stuff. Stop looking and pointing a finger at people making imaginary devil signs. Stop listening to people who convince you that just because someone puts up a horn, they're devilish. Do you mean to tell me the whole time that they were talking about robbing people, killing people, cheating on other people, living a debaucherous lifestyle, they weren't satanic then until they did the hand sign? Y'all sound fucking stupid. Okay, let's just stop the bullshit. Most of the people calling these people out live devilish lifestyles and they don't throw up signs. So what, are they good? So just everyone thinks they know something. Really just go within and just tap into the truth. It is what it is. Y'all stay blessed as always. Don't be deceived out here. And as you integrate this supernatural energy, it's going to open up the conclusion of the spiritual intelligence, your mind's version of AI that you've been building, so that you can fully experience Pisces season and step into the universal dream. Word on the street is that Madara is going to do the infinite Tsukiyomi. So there might be another illusion that everyone gets held under, and it's not going to work on some of you. And you know the drill. All right, you guys stay blessed as always.